this place that was pretty dark, and it's a song about trusting the Lord, that no matter what is going on around us, that He is still in control and He loves us so very much. And so it was a complete surprise to us when, after we wrote the song, about a year later, a girl decided to use that song for her audition on the show So You Think You Can Dance, which was amazing. And about 7 million people watched the show that night and heard a piece of our song.
We did the math a little bit later, and that was about 7 million more people to hear our song than before.
Before the show was out. Yeah, pretty close, besides our families. And so a man who works at a Christian radio station in Houston, Texas, watched the show, and he looked up our song, and he decided to start playing our song on his station. And he called us and said, "Hey, just so you know, we've decided to add your song to medium rotation." And we said, "Yay! What does medium rotation mean?" Because we never dreamed in a million years that we'd ever have a song on the radio. And it was amazing, because then stations all over the country started to play this song by this unknown artist. And
they said that I'd heard of you before.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. And the best part about this whole story is that before we knew it, we were receiving hundreds of email messages and Facebook posts and letters from people from all over. And they were telling us their stories, that they were in the middle of going through a divorce, or maybe they were on their way to the hospital to visit a loved one, or their son had just gotten suspended from school. Just story after story of people who had broken hearts, and how they got into their car and they turned on the radio and our song came on, and it was exactly what they needed to hear in that moment, and the Lord used it to bring healing and hope. And it was amazing for me to hear those stories and to think back to the time when we wrote the song, when I was so desperately praying that God would just take away all of my pain, because I didn't know how to handle it anymore. But He was able to turn that pain into something beautiful, because that's just who He is and what He does. He turns our brokenness into beauty. And so we wanted to play that song for you tonight, and if you know it, you can sing along. It's called Your Hands.